Students, the unit first chapter was over. The prose section is over. Now comes to the second part of the same unit, a small poem. Very important, very insightful, very challenging poem. I would like to say one of the apt form of writing language. It is not simply about nature, beauty of something. It is an insightful language of a person's decision making. So, one by one, let us go to that. The poem name, The Road Not Taken. The road means you are knowing it. But here the meaning of the road not taken means the way which I didn't select. There are so many roads that I could select, and one person say the road I have not taken. That means some other road I have taken. So how is it? Let us go to that. This poem is about making choices and the choices that shape us. Robert Frost is an American poet who writes simply but insightfully about common, ordinary experiences. So, a small description about the writer Robert Frost. In standard 10, you are going to have another 2 more poems of same poet. Comparatively, he writes in simple language. As far as my experience is, I read about 30 to 40 poems of the same writer. This name will be keep on coming in your coming years in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, like that goes on. Every year, Robert Frost will be there among somewhere the poem. Like William Wordsworth, who described the beauty of the nature, Robert Frost writes the beauty of inside us. So here, he is taking how a decision is made, what is the effect, and how I carry with it. He never say any decisions are bad. All that we will come to know after reading the poem. The rhyming scheme of this poem is AB, AA, B. That is, first, third and fourth lines end with the same sound. That is A, A. Can you see? First, third, fourth. And whereas second and fifth lines end with the same sound. So the rhyming scheme is A, B, A, B. That means ending sound you take it in right in the order, you will get the rhyming scheme very easy. But still for your reference as the first poem I am giving, here afterwards in the poem you will have to find out. It's very easy. Never see the spelling instead. Go for the sound. Go for the sound where it ends. The 4 lines are given to you. 4 to 5 lines are given to you. In the next slide, you can see that. See, I underlined. A, same A, again the same sound. See that? Would, stood, could. And end with the same sound. See the spelling? OD, LD. But still, the sound is same. So this belongs to A, but in between another sound is coming. That is why I wrote A, B, again A, again B. Specified very clearly. The rhyming scheme is clear. Then I am going to the poem, quick and fast like this. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one travel along I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Nothing is clear to you. I know it. So word by word or sentence by sentence. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. Here the wood shows a forest. Yellow wood means somewhere in the autumn season, the yellow flowers have fallen down and the complete road is covered with a yellow thing, or maybe. I am not sure. I didn't meet the writer. So I cannot say. But my expectation. 1, flowers would have been covering yellow flowers. Or in the autumn season, trees would have been shedding yellow leaves. You see, in the autumn season, you can see trees will shed the leaves, yellow color leaves on the complete ground, and we walk on it. So everything is looking like a yellowish color. So he say yellow forest. That is what he wrote. The 2, and there, one road is going and diverging into 2. You have started walking, you are in one road, but suddenly it comes into 2 diversions. naturally you have to make a choice. Should I go in this? In this. No doubt. Somebody is offering a pen. You want to write something. That madam is giving, that madam is giving. I have to make an offer, decision. Should I take from this? From that. Same way. And sorry, I could not travel both. Like I cannot use both pen at the same paper or same time. Same way, this person say, sorry, I cannot travel both at the same time. Very simple. And be one traveler along I stood. And being a traveler, I stood there for some time to take a decision. This way, this way. Now you are able to understand? Anywhere in the life, when choices are coming, we stand, take some time to take a decision. Same way, the poet somewhere in his life, he stood in front of two roads in the life and he took some time to take a decision. And what he did, before taking the decision, he looked in one road like this. Two roads are going. I will show you the picture later. It looked like this. To where it bends in the undergrowth. What do you mean by undergrowth? In a dense forest, especially rainforest, you will see big trees completely covering, no sunlight will come down and nothing will grow in the bottom. Whereas a little deciduous forest or maybe alpine-like forest. Alpine-like forest means it which grows in the snowy areas. In that areas, what happened? Big trees will grow apart and in between lot of land, lot of grass and small bushes will grow. This is what is meant by undergrowth. You can have a look. Small plants and grass grow under the big trees. Looked? Idea is clear? So, I looked in the road and the road is going too far and from there it is not being visible to me. So, I looked in that road. Coming to the next paragraph or next stanza. Before that, I am showing the road. You see the road? The road comes and diverges into two. A forest, a little bit of dry leaves. Just an example I showed. But such roads comes in your life. You have to make choices. You have to make choices like this. See, I am standing here like this. The road. Two roads. We have to take chances. We have to take decisions. Coming to the next stanza. Then took the other just as fair and having perhaps a better claim. When I looked in one, then I looked the other one. Thinking it might get me something better than the other one. Something better. In the future I will get it if I go this way. Same thing we take. When I get two mobiles to be decided, my father told, take one mobile which you want. What will I do? What you will do? This is better, that is better. Both are equally good, but still, to me, which is matching better? Am I right or not? Same thing happened here. So, then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted way. Just underline this word and just see. Wanted way. What does it show? Not worn out or hasn't used. In this poem, I prefer this meaning is better. Hasn't used. One round I looked, then I took the other one. I looked that one. That also is not used by much people. Both are looking alike, but I could feel this is not used much people. So now it is up to me, should I go in the first one? Should I go in the second one? Though as for the passing there, had warned them really about the same. And when I looked in that day, because of lot of things have fallen down, I am not able to decide which one is used by the people much. But the second one, I had a little doubt. It is not used by much people. So, look like this and look like this. And I was confused. But I know one thing, both I cannot use at the same time. Coming to the third stanza. And both that morning equally lay. In leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Here is the poem start changing. The insightfulness of your thinking comes out from this stanza. I saw two roads. One I looked up to the maximum I can. Second one also I looked. I saw it was not used by much people. Even other one is also covered. Little confused. So, I took the second one, keeping the first one there because both were laying in front of me equally. The chances were same. Chances are equal. But still, I took the second one, keeping the first one for later, thinking that I would ever come back if these ways are getting closed somewhere. But yet, I know one way leads into many ways. Inside somewhere in my mind, I say that once I start going in this, I'll find new ways and I'll go. I may never be able to come back into this. Somewhere in the mind I say, still I am keeping a hope. Somewhere, if at all I had to come back, that time I will take this road. Keeping that, a little doubtful decision in the mind, I selected the second road, keeping the first one for another day. Coming to the next or the last para. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence. I didn't give the meaning for this because it can be described in many manners. I'll be telling about that. Two roads diverged in a wood and I. He is repeating again, I. See that? Two roads diverged in a wood and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the differences. Now the poet's decision. Is the poet regretting that I had taken a wrong decision? No. He's telling, when I was a child or somewhere in my life, there were some choices. I stood there. I looked here, and I thought and took a chance. But one thing I was sure, the chance that which I had taken was not taken by much people. The first chance which I saw was taken by many people, even though that day it was looking same. Even though that day the road were looking same, I was knowing this is not taken by much people, so I selected that. Keeping the first one for some other time, if at all I have to come back. But my mind was saying, this way will lead to some other way, I will never come back. And I have taken the less traveled road. That means the choices that is not taken by much people. I took a chance. It was a chance. It was a kind of challenge. All goes behind the common people, but I took another. Taking a risk. And he is telling whether it is good or bad, he is not telling. What the poet is telling? The poet is telling, I took the less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And the poet is telling, if at all you people are finding anything different from you, that difference is because I took a road which is less traveled by. To be frank, with my experience, or any experienced person who think about the life, says, great people are formed because they take the risk. They are also people like us. They were also people like us. But they took some chances in their life. Therefore, from the common man, they went in another way to become great. For example, when our dress is not good, we feel shy. But great people sometimes doesn't even care in their lifetime about the dress. And when they have to take care, people have given them all the respect with the dress which they had. This is the reality of life. Trying to imitate someone is not the life. You must be unique on yours, you must be strict on your decision, and you must be taking your own decision as per you. If you try to follow someone blindly, you will become simply a common man, and greatness comes from your own decisions of being different from others. This is what this poem is teaching you. But one word is there, one phrase. Ages and ages hence. Somewhere ages and ages. This is having many meaning, but to this poem I am explaining. To this poem, ages and ages hence. Hence means future. Here the meaning is future. Another meaning you are knowing, hence, therefore. But here the meaning is hence, future. Ages and ages hence. Altogether the meaning is that I am telling with a relaxation now, with a sigh I am telling all these things. With a sigh I am telling all these things to you people. Because somewhere in ages and ages, somewhere in my life there was a thing, and I was knowing then somewhere I have to tell you all these things. He was not sure when I had to tell. And when I was getting a chance of taking a decision, that was long time back. That time I thought, somewhere in the future, I will have to explain this to you people. Somewhere in future. Ages and ages mean long duration of time. So after a long time later in the future, I might have to explain these things to you people. This is what actually the poet is trying to say. So altogether the poem, once again I am reading for your reference. Two road diverged in yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one travel along I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Two roads were there. I looked in the one, I looked in the other one, but one was ending in the undergrowth of the tree. Undergrowth I explained, some grass and other thing growing under the big tree in a forest. Second stanza, then took the other just as fair and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wandered where, though as for what the passing there had warned them really about the same. So then I took the second one because I felt it is not taken by much people. Let the road be there, let me take these. Yet knowing that the ways will lead on to new ways. But still I kept a hope, if at all I have to come back, I will take the first one later. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no steps had trodden black. Trodden black I didn't explain, that you can understand the word meaning. Turned black by stepping on it. Yellow leaves of flowers when it fallen, somebody steps on it, crush it and move away. After a certain time it becomes blackish. That is what is meant by trodden black. That means somebody's foot is crushing the things and that things are turning into black. Trodden black. Oh, I kept the first one for another day, yet knowing how ways leads into way. I doubt if I should ever come back. And the real stanza comes in the last. I shall be telling with a sigh. Sigh means a kind of relief. Showing the sign of relief. Like this, when we say, it's a kind of sigh. Somewhere ages and ages, somewhere long time back, I thought in the future I will have to explain. Two roads diverged. Two roads were there. And I, he is emphasizing once again, I took the less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. He never says that it was a wrong decision, it was a great decision. But I am different from others because I took the less traveled by. It may be a success, it may be a failure for me in your views. But to me, there is a difference from you because I took the less traveled by. This is what the insightful I told. Insightful from inside. How to look into you. That is why I told. He writes always the poems which gives an insightfulness. They are teaching you about you. Is that clear? That's all.